What's going on, Copper fam, and welcome to another episode of Copper 90's World of Football, the show where you, the fans, get to tell the stories that matter in your area. Whilst this episode's coming to you live from Australia, where the A-League finals have kicked off to much fanfare, we're also heading to Bosnia to find out why Željezničar have started a crowdsourcing fund. We're then off to Uruguay to find out about Peñarol's brand new stadium, and then we're heading to Nigeria where crazy scenes have unfolded in a match against Egypt. But before we get to those stories, let's take a look at some of the amazing fan footage that's been sent to Copper 90 this month from all around the world. Fantastic footage there, guys. Keep sending in the scenes you capture wherever you are in the world. But let's move on to our first story now, coming from Bosnia. If you've seen our Sarajevo Derby Days episode, you probably know a little bit about a club called Željezničar, whose stadium was destroyed during the Bosnian War. Since then, they've been able to repair the ground. However, it still doesn't meet UEFA regulations, which means they've had to play European fixtures at the stadium of their rivals, FK Sarajevo. However, now they're looking to change that by crowdsourcing to fix the stadium with this fantastic video. A worthy campaign for one of the friendliest and warmest clubs, not to mention unique stadiums I've ever come across during my time with Copper 90. The likes of Edin Dzeko and many other famous Bosnian players have already contributed towards the fund. And if you want to help out too, believe me, you should. Click the link in the description to find out more. From old stadiums, let's move to new stadiums, where the team voted South American Club of the Century, Peñarol from Uruguay, have unveiled their brand new ground.
The feeling we supporters of Peñarol have after building our own stadium is the same feeling a person who was working for years and years and saving money a lot of time to buy his own house has at the moment he buys his own house. And right now, having a stadium, Campeón del Siglo, which is for 40,000 people and which is the first FIFA stadium in Uruguay, is something like we could manage with a lot of work, with doing many things and with a big effort of all the people. The ceremony of inauguration of it was held in the stadium in a match between Peñarol and River Plate of Argentina, which is the current champion of the Copa Libertadores. We are so happy to have our new place, and we know that from now on everything is going to change and we are going to be locals in the first FIFA stadium in Uruguay and the biggest one we chose to one club.
Whilst a lot of clubs have moved into new grounds over the last few years all around the world, Peñarol's is perhaps the most significant. Their old home, the Estadio Centenario, is one of the world's most famous, oldest grounds, and they played there for 80 years, winning 5 Copa Libertadores. Let's move on now from Uruguay to Nigeria. Where else could you say that but in the world of football, huh? Incredible scenes are being captured during an African Cup of Nations match involving Nigeria and Egypt. In Search of Winner Abu has more on the story.
During the 2017 Africa Cup of Nations qualifier match between Nigeria and Egypt on the 25th of March this year, the 25,000 capacity stadium Ahmadu Bello in Kaduna, Nigeria overflowed with an extra 15,000 fans after the gates were opened to the public to watch the game free of charge. The fans squeezed up on the terraces, climbed the floodlights, stood on rooftops and sat around the athletic tracks. Now, opening the gates to ticketless fans may seem as a generous act by the Kaduna state government, but it could also signify poor crowd control. Similar cases such as the 2010 World Cup qualifier match between hosts Ivory Coast and Malawi in 2009 led to the death of 19 people, which further led to Ivory Coast Football Association being fined $47,000. Nigeria's Football Association may now face similar consequences, even though no major incident occurred, with the Confederation of African Football said to either fine them, issue them with a warning, or both.
Unfortunately, African football has a sad history when it comes to stadium disasters and overcrowding. And whilst it's incredible to see such enthusiasm and passion for what was just a qualifier, the game should always be harnessed in the safest possible way. Well, that wraps up another episode of Copper 90's World of Football. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to Copper 90. And most importantly, leave a comment telling us what football story is going on in your area so we can help you tell it.